Oh, that's a real diff. Tricked ya. Ha.
Quick update, I survived my first red dirt trip. It definitely made me appreciate not camping, and I don't know how Bridget does her job. We're jumping with the train canopy on. I'm sure that'll be really healthy for the car.
No jumping.
6:45. I feel like a lot's been done, but in my eyes, it doesn't look like a lot's been done.
And so you're 10 years into building diffs?
Yeah.
You still love it?
This time on Red Dirt Diary, we're putting in my 4-inch Hyperflex kit by Superior with my electrically adjusted shocks and my hydro bump stops, but we just wanted to get really good photos of the gear for Superior, so we just took the whole cab off. Do you remember the kit that's going in the car? I remember every single detail. Do you remember? What's this full kit going? Give me the rundown.
Well, I'll tell you what, how about you start at the top of the list and then I'll actually run down the list verbatim. So go for it. What's at the top?
5-inch shocks? No. Yes, that's correct.
At the top of the list.
Oh no, I don't remember in like chronological
100%.
order.
Yeah, no, that's what we want.
5-inch Superior shocks. So they are the electronically controlled shocks. So Bridget's going to have in-cab controls, which is fantastic. Then we're going 4-inch coils. So we're doing the road legal 4-inch lift. Then we're also doing the appropriate pound hards. We are doing upper trailing arms. We're doing lower trailing arms. Why do we go the billet series? Because it's aluminium and it's light, and who doesn't love billet? Like my 62's full of billet, my shorty's full of billet. It's almost like it's superior.
Exactly.
The billet series, they're better. Why are they better? So we're not building a comp truck, so we don't need the comp spec trailing arms. We don't need the comp spec radius arms, so we've just gone the billet series. They look beautiful, they are beautiful, and they're a lot lighter. And for a fitter, why wouldn't you choose sticking aluminium in? Or you could just go, look how heavy this thing is. Like, this is actually really quite heavy. The aluminium ones are so light.
Why are we doing electronic shocks?
You can basically go from wheeling it, tune it, and go back to road driving. So if you've got your shocks set way too soft and you go back on the road, it's very unsteady on the road. It'll wail, and it's not the best to drive. People, it's dangerous. So basically you need to stiffen it up, and you've got the ability now to do it. So you take your canopy off, you can make it nice and light so you can articulate a lot more effectively. The client said, I want to jump it. And I said, these cars are not built to be jumped. Yes, you can build them to jump, but no, Bridget, you're not allowed to jump it. Do not jump it, do not flood it. If you go down and you're forward driving and you take something a little bit too fast, like a drop off, and you've got that weight of your canopy fully loaded up, it comes down, rather than hitting your bump stops, which are your original rubber ones, you'll actually hit your hydro bump stops. So your hydro bump stops, you'll actually feel them hit, and you can either stiffen up your suspension before you're actually using them to their full capacity, or with the hydros, they will hit and they will actually take a lot more absorption out of the final drive, so you're not smashing your chassis.
Matt, you look like what you look like in the morning when you're sitting on the toilet with all those veins popping out of your head trying to get that on.
You've been watching me.
Your forearm looks so jacked right now. Did you train for this episode?
Been to the gym twice in 4 years.
Really? Cardio Jonesy. They're pretty.
They're a work of beauty, look.
Let's show them a bit of show and tell. Yeah.
Oh, there you go, wow.
Look at that. And you get this really nice complimentary Superior sticker. When I went and picked all of the gear up from Superior, before it all got put onto the pallet, the shocks actually went upstairs into the little shock house. No, do you know what the funny part is? I forgot to wear enclosed shoes today that I went to go pick up the gear. So I'm not like OH&S issues. I'm not allowed to go into the Superior shed. So I said to Mitch, shout out to Mitch if you're watching this. I said, oh, take your shoes off and give me your shoes. So I wore his boots. I had to put Rich's shoes on because I forgot to wear steel cap boots. It's not something that they do for everyone. I was very lucky that I got to go in there. I learnt a bucket load from being in there. And I got to see my shocks all get set up.
Wait, thank you. You like it like that?
We should leave it.
Leave it right there.
Basically, we did a call conversion last episode, and we ended the episode with everything being tacked in, and it looked good, and you could roll the car in and out. I'm actually going to show you close up the work done with the call conversion. But Jay said, "Jay, come here." He said, "Don't show them the front mounts for the long arms because they're not clean." And I was like, "Wait, are you talking about the mounts for the long arms at the front?" And he was like, "Yeah, they're not clean." I'm sorry. Hang on. You tell me right now if you think that this is clean or not clean. That's a great shot too.
They need cleaning up.
What part of that needs cleaning up?
They just need going over a bit of white wheel, a bit of low.
What do you mean, Jay? I have a lot of faith in the YouTube comment section. They're going to tell me that's actually not bad.
A section about this big here was completely, you could jam a screwdriver through it. There was quite a bit of rust, so that all got cut out.
Did you know that when metal gets in contact with salt,
Salt,
it breaks?
yep, salt,
Yeah.
just never been cleaned.
The cleanest thing I've ever seen, Jay. Jay just said, absolutely not. There's still no cleaning. This is my front panhard. The rear is already in the car. We'll just use this one as an example. To be fair, Superior did contact me and check this, and I read the play wrong, and I realised why they were checking, and I checked what they told me to check, and then I said, no, that's all good. Oh my God, it's so wet. Okay. Do you see what I mean if I hold these side by side? Sorry, the lighting's not very good. Do you see the length of this bush is a lot longer or wider, I don't know what you would officially call that, than that sits quite flush. I need a bush like that. Superior did check, and then I thought they meant the hole, and the hole's obviously the same. They probably think I'm an idiot. And I need a bush like this. And this will be a multi-day episode, so it gives me time to pop on down to Superior and just be like, hey, I'm not a professional and I made a mistake. And swap it. So the rear is pretty much done. We're all gonna go to bed and then come back tomorrow and then do the front. Hopefully by then I've had time to run down to Superior and quickly pick up the correct bush. Anyway, I gotta put these down because they're really heavy. See you tomorrow. Bye. Sweet dreams.
I was filming and shit. By the way, that's a real technical thing. I don't know, are you filming right now?
No. But tell me anyway.
So that's the outer race from a trial diff. And it's the perfect seal installing tool.
Is it?
Because you got to go around a little lip.
Oh.
So you don't want to damage that. And it'll go around it. And
Yeah.
It's flat and it's perfect size.
How'd you figure that out?
I just woke up and I was in a ding dong.
Oh. What do you actually think of the way that I'm building the car? Like, what do you make of it so far? You into it? You
I just
drop.
can't believe you'd copy Kanisha.
Can you say that a bit louder?
I just can't believe you'd copy Kanisha.
That's, yeah, fair. She can have the colour. Also, all of the keyboard warriors listening right now, they're different colours. If you know what we're talking about, you know. There's a bit of a war on the internet at the moment, but mine is way greener than hers. It just doesn't look that. Can I tell you about the things that I've learnt since owning the Patrol?
Yeah, sure.
Number one, apparently it's become my entire personality. Number two, you'll just start diagnosing noises for fun. Number three, putting in a drop box is the scariest thing I've ever had to do in my entire life. And number four, when you do one modification, it automatically unlocks 3 more modifications. Do you concur?
Don't the Dropbox part though. Make sure it's all gravy from the way we pulled it apart.
And in layman's terms,
Let's get a little bit of a understanding on its life and how much life's left in them.
yeah. And how does that look based on?
It's a little bit warm. It's a little bit warm, but it'll live. It's a Patrol. They're normally pretty good. We're putting in lockers,
Yep. Harbs to be specific.
and then they're building a car.
How long have you been doing diffs for?
About 10 years.
10 years in, because you came yesterday, investigated, and you noticed something.
Well, the rear one had the small GU LSP in, and anyone who knows controls know they fall apart.
Yep.
So I said while we were here, we should just put brand new bearings in it.
Yep.
Like full bearings, spin bearings, plane it right up, basically do a full re-race, and then fit the hard blocker. The back one had LSD failure in it, so all of the metal had gone through the bearings, so I wasn't comfortable on just fitting a locker and having that diff kind of go, because I've been stung with that before, where someone goes, no, don't do it, and I was there. So it's like it was just a good time to just go through and just put some new bearings in it.
Look at this bit. Look at the shine on this bit. Brother. You'll be so proud of me, Joshua, with the way that I just really announced the shine. Welcome to day 2 at Enhanced Off-Road. First of all, we've got my girl, my G, is here on the admin.
Quick update. I survived my first red dirt trip and I went full camp. I feel like it definitely made me appreciate not camping. And I don't know how Bridget does her job. The life update is I'm here, I'm well, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm glowing. I think it looks like a jigsaw puzzle. I think it looks very expensive and I actually didn't realize how many parts went into a moving suspension kit. That's wild. There's a lot on that table. What is that?
They're called hydro bump stops. And it
Cool.
unlocks the ability to be able to jump a car.
No jumping.
We're jumping with the train canopy on. I'm sure that'll be really healthy for the car.
I feel like a lot's been done, but in my eyes, it doesn't look like a lot's been done.
Yeah, it's like that.
But I feel like now that I've seen what it takes just to even just put something small on, I'm like,
yeah.
big job,
Big job.
big job, big boots.
It's a superior deal,
Oh,
really.
we're done. That's one done. Happy days.
Shout out to Josh, because I asked him multiple times, even though he told me he wasn't a big fan of it, was if he could do it here, which is away from his normal things, his normal space and all of his tools. But it just meant that we could film him, because I wanted to put this on camera and show you guys. This is something that a lot of people do, and I knew he was going to put his 2 cents on it in a few things, what he thought the health of my diffs were. And I was just going to trust his advice, because at the end of the day, I'd just look at it and it'd just be completely unknown to me. So I trust him, and he'd say, look, you need new bearings. In that case, I'm going to do what he says. But I wanted to film the whole process because I find it interesting and know that there'd be people here that find it interesting as well. I just want this thing to come out.
Holy shit.
That's
Not doing anything that it normally does. That's fantastic.
keeping 100% of the most crucial components in your car without bolts, and it'll stay in.
Oh, no. I had this when I thought about it.
Yay.
Well, that's fantastic.
It all just dropped down in one go.
Bit of tough loving.
Yep.
That's what it needed.
Well, it's 9:07 if you wanted to know. It only took 2 hours to try to convince the diff to just come out. He got the loudest impact driver I have ever heard that hurt our ears, but yeah, it's out. So I said what I said at the beginning of the day, which was that the goal of the day was to finish the rear end fully, which we truly have, down to everything. The only thing that I can see about the suspension that's not done is my electrically controlled shocks aren't wired up, but we're not going to do that until we do the electrical component of the vehicle.
Oh. That's the rear diff. Tricked ya.
Is it not? The rear diff is one of the paintings.
I know it's going to pull in because I need to pull those nuts off and basically
Bring the car down a little
put
bit.
one of those spring washers. So this is just basically to house it.
Does this mean what I think it means? Have we potentially just
Got to the next stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we just close the chapter? Should
For
we,
now,
should we
100%.
high five, double high five, hug, shake hands, just nod? But the plan with the back of the car is essentially assemble, install the hydro bump stops. So the basic level of the suspension's pretty much in the car, 90%. We drove it in here, so it drives fine, but it's not done. but we want to get this done. There's a lot of work involved in assembling this, and I'll let you guys see this a little bit closely, and Matt will give us a run through, but let me show you what's left of the roller. Ta-da! That's all that's left. We actually just pulled out the front diff. Why are we going to put the front diff from the roller into this car? I'm going to say it the way that Matt taught it to me because I sound really smart and educated. So the rear diff that we put into the car has got a certain amount of kilometers on it, and it would make sense to put the front diff from the roller into the car so that the kilometers of the two diffs match one another. It is younger, and it's in a better state. It's no secret that I don't like the car, so we're basically just changing everything that I don't like about it, and I never liked the diffs in the first place. How's that for a run through? Smashed it.
Hydro bump stops will enable Bridget not to jump her car because it's not a jump vehicle.
Yeah.
But basically, when you do hit big bumps and you go full compression, rather than hitting your rubber bump stop, you'll hit these hydros. So they're basically like a second stage shock absorber, rather than you
Continue.
just basically bottoming out on your rubber bump stops. You've got these hydraulic ones. Basically, this brace here will strengthen your whole rear tower section. So where your coils are, they're going to act as your dropout cones, so to speak, and these are going to be your coil retainers.
Yep.
So easy. That there is we replace your spring dampeners that go at the top of your coil retainers, because see the notches? Yep. So that allows us to put the bolts up, which that will inevitably sit there.
Yep.
And they will marry up as per me spinning it around because it's on the wrong side potentially. But anyway, you get the picture.
Yep.
And then after that, this little fandangle bit will come all the way over here. I haven't worked out which way it is yet because I haven't got that far, but basically that sits under there, protects your brake lines.
Yep.
But you're going to get heaps more strength. Again, we can put a lot more strength into those by putting the coil tower braces, the weld-in braces. Again, it's not always the best way to go like a bolting kit, but you know what? If we do a bolting kit, anyone that wants to do it can do a bolting kit if they don't know how to weld. The fronts are a different story, but there's not too much welding. You can basically get it done and then take it somewhere, get it welded. But yeah, this is going to really help, especially because you're going to have the canopy on the back. So if you do hit a big washout and you come down quite hard, rather than hit your bump stops and only having so much play, this here will actually absorb a lot of that.
Welcome back to another day here at the Red Dirt Diary, non-office, aka Enhanced Off-Road. The plan of the day today is, I'm too nervous to say this, but we're going to take the cab off the car. So some things happened overnight, which I spoke to Georgia about it. I consulted with my business partner, and we've come to the consulting decision that we're not going to tell you yet. Not in this episode anyway, but some things have changed quite rapidly overnight and in a really big way. I know that a lot of YouTubers are like, oh, big things coming, but like,
Genuinely. It's a big deal.
pretty much my month's goal that I want to be able to speak fully freely by the time I button the camera on for the next episode. So you'll definitely have to stick around for the next episode, but
I feel like lots of things have happened that haven't been on the forecast. I think it's fun to keep secrets.
cab is coming off. That's why this might roll for a little while.
There is a massive gap in between the chassis and the body. Guys,
Just regular, just for my like vlogs and stuff.
fantastic, it's exciting,
And at least then, all we need to do is drop the cab back on and you're done. So it's almost like
Tell to the camera.
This box is
we're dividing the job into two. Now we can work on two fronts. Bridget can do all the look at me glory on the cab and make it beautiful. And then at the end of the job, we do the same thing in reverse, drop it back down, and guess what? Turn key out the door.
I almost want to end the episode on that cliffhanger. That was such a good. Really felt it.
That motor is TD42. The ZD30 is essentially a TD 3-litre, and the
Mystery motor.
the mystery motor is also a TD 3-litre. So realistically, we just got to knock off 2 cylinders, and you got your 3-litre. They're all TDs, turbo diesels, except one's going to make really cool noises, and I reckon we're going to make some really cool noises when we put the engine in here.
Everyone in this room knows what's happening.
No, look, it's that.
Staying out of it. Everyone's on an NDA. No. By doing this, we've gotten so much further away from a complete build, but yet we've gotten so much closer in time to when it's due by doing something like this. Theory is it makes it easier to work on because you can access everything. But the obvious factor is that by detaching everything like this makes it really complicated to put it back together again. And you're probably thinking, why put it back together again the way that it is? Well, you just have to watch the next episode to find out. Or Matt will tell you. You want to tell him?
Yeah, we're going to do some modifications to the engine. So when it goes back in, it's going to be very, very exciting. It may not even look the same, but
Can
it's
you
going to
look
be...
down? Can you look down the barrel of the camera and tell him that, please?
When we stick the TD back in,
Stand here. There you go.
When
Tell
we
him.
stick the TD back in, you won't even recognise it. It's going to be
What? Cut the engine.
The microphone.